Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be reviewing the third Poltergeist. This will be the last one of the original trilogy. We are not going to be watching the remake. This one kind of swayed me away from it, and I've heard a lot of bad things about the remake, so we'll save that for a different date when we, revisit these movies in the future, because we will end up doing that with a bunch of the movies we do watch. But um, the third movie here for me is going to come in at that three spot. I just think the first one was probably the best. The second one was right there in the middle, and then the third one was just kind of there. We see the main character moving away to her uncle's place, which I believe is in New York, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and with this, she still ends up bringing like that entity with her in a sense, because it's kind of just attached to her and not necessarily her family, just more so her. Um, we see a few different people in the mix. It took me a little bit to realize that the guy that played the Reverend in the last one ended up dying, and they replaced him. I couldn't really put my finger on it right away, but after a while, I did figure that on out. But all in all, it's just kind of a movie that's there. They went away from what they were doing in the first two a little bit. I like the comparison some other people make because I do listen to some other reviews and whatnot. It's more slasher-like, which I can see to a certain extent. I'll let you guys watch the movie and tell me what you think, but the one thing I liked that they did within this movie is the fact that they kind of utilize mirrors a little bit more. Something from what I remember in the remake was they kind of used the TV with some hands, so they kind of showcased something there. Kind of gave me that vibe with the mirrors here in this movie, so that's one thing I really did like. I just wish they kind of stuck to their roots of the first two, because I think if they kind of brought it back to what the first one was and utilized things like the mirrors, that it could have been a really, really good movie. And I think it probably would have been the best one in the franchise. I just think they missed a big opportunity in utilizing what worked in the first one. The second one, it's not that it didn't work, it just didn't sit there in good standing with me at least. I think if they utilized what they did in that first one into this next one, utilizing the mirrors, and then a few other like smaller things at the time. It's nothing crazy. Like the remake could have really capitalized on iPhone and whatnot, but um, this third one it had the potential to be really good. It just kind of fell off from the prior two, so that's why I got to put sit in here at the three spot. But I'll let you guys be the judge of that. It wasn't a bad franchise at all. It's definitely an older one and a little bit harder for me to watch here. 40 years later, basically, just due to the fact that it is really old. But um, I definitely recommend giving it at least one watch through, because I could see why people were scared back in the day, because that's what they grew up on. That was the technology they had. So I could totally see why. And I mean, if you watch this with your kids, it might be something where they definitely get scared from it if they like horror movies. So that's one recommendation I do have. But I appreciate you guys for stopping on by. Make sure to leave suggestions in the comments, and we'll see you next time.